So I saw a comment on X yesterday that I quote posted, I think the term is, to say that I think this is a ridiculous comment. The comment said, no one should be spending $100,000 on a Tesla Cybertruck if they're shopping at Walmart. Now, I won't show you the picture that they photographed of this Cybertruck in a Walmart car park because the person that posted this comment will obviously then be able to raise a copyright dispute against my channel, and I won't give them that satisfaction. But I am allowed to tell you exactly what I think of it. I think the comment is ridiculous for a number of reasons. The most important reason being it is making assumptions about their money mindset, the person that owns the Cybertruck. Not only that, is making broad assumptions about their financial status and all of these kind of things, whether or not they've needed to take finance out for the Cybertruck or what. Many people take finance out to buy these things. Some people don't. Actually, I think far fewer people actually just buy them outright than buy them on finance, but I don't have statistics to hand. The point is, this post makes sweeping assumptions of the mindset and the financial status of the person involved. Let's get to the crux of the issue here. There's a lot of criticism of Walmart, of the quality of the products and the pricing of the products and all of that sort of stuff. I'm not making any direct criticisms myself. I don't shop there, never have, and so I wouldn't really know personally. I only know what I've read. In fact, there's a whole Wikipedia page dedicated to criticisms of Walmart. Make of that what you will, and you can go and read it for yourself and form your own views. Or you can go and shop there and form your own views. The point of the post, I think, is a dig at people that spend $100,000 on a vehicle when they shop somewhere which is ostensibly cheaper and ostensibly lower quality than other places. I say that based on what I've read, not my personal experience, and not a statement of fact. I'm a lawyer after all, so that gets me out of any defamation because it's not my statement of fact. It's just from what I've read, etc. But the point of the post is obviously riding on those assumptions. The assumption that it's cheaper and lower quality, and the assumption that the person has spent a significant amount on a Cybertruck and yet spend very little on groceries and shopping. So that makes a number of assumptions, first of all. First of all, it assumes that they have to spend a lower amount on their groceries and yet spend $100,000 on the Cybertruck. And in that assumption, it's making this determination about whoever owns this Cybertruck. It's making a determination, a judgment, when they know nothing about them, that they need to shop there to keep the costs down, which couldn't really be further from the truth. I can tell you that I am financially free. I have zero debts. I buy what I want. I own a Tesla, as it happens. There's no finance on that. And yet, I will still sew a hole in my socks. I'm not ashamed to admit, if I get a hole in my sock, I will sew it because it's a perfectly good sock otherwise. Does that make me cheap? Does that make me poor? No, it doesn't. The mindset is that I respect and I appreciate every little thing that I have. I go to great lengths to keep them boxed up nicely. I keep the original boxes. I keep them, I don't keep them tidy. You've seen my place here. Tidy is not my forte, but I keep them in good condition. When I resell things, I can sell them in near new condition because I've kept them so well. I don't often sell things. I've no need to sell things. As I say, I'm in a fortunate position, having worked so hard, that I can essentially buy what I want to buy. But I will still not waste money wherever possible. When I'm buying things that I'm going to consume and eat and drink, I will buy the best quality things that I can. I will buy, if it's meat or eggs or whatever, they will be the highest quality, free range things. But wherever I can save money and go and buy it in bulk, you can bet that I will go and buy it in bulk. So if there were a particular product, let's say at Walmart or the equivalent that I go to, that has a bulk sale of a certain product that I use, you can bet that I'll be going there to buy it, to save even a few pounds here and there. I will object to paying £1 to withdraw my own money at a cash machine. I would walk somewhere else. I would go somewhere else. I would not buy the thing. I would not do the thing if it meant saving that £1. I don't buy coffee at coffee shops because I think it's overpriced and a waste of money. And so I personally, for me, I save my money on those things. Coffee in coffee shops is £3, £4, £5, depending on what you order. And yet a bag of beans that I use to make my own coffee at home is also coincidentally actually under £3 because I buy it in bulk, and I buy it from Amazon because I get the bulk buy from Amazon. They come automatically and they're as cheap as they could possibly be because I buy them in bulk. Does that make me cheap? Does that make me poor? Of course not. I have new things that I want to buy. I wanted to try out the Osmo, the DJI Osmo. It's fantastic, by the way. I don't need it. I'm filming at the moment on a Sony a7S III with the 12 to 24 millimeter GM lens in it. I also wanted a carry-around camera, so I got the ZV-E1, which is the same brain as the a7S III, but much lighter and smaller, so I can carry that around. Do I need it? No. But I bought it because I want the freedom and the choice to make higher quality videos. I'm no video expert, so I just fudge the settings as best I can, but I make up for what I don't know with the quality of the camera. Same goes the lights and everything else. But when it comes to things like, as I said, as I started out, if I get a hole in my sock, I will repair the sock because then the sock is perfectly good until a point where it's too uncomfortable. Then I'll buy new socks. But I've got socks and things like that that I've had for many, many years. In fact, the best quality clothing that I've had for many, many years. Some people say that they won't buy designer labels, and other people wear nothing but designer labels. The point that I'm making in all of this is that the person that made this post is making all these judgment calls about the person that owns the Cybertruck that is shopping at Walmart. They don't know their financial status. They could well have bought the Cybertruck in cash. It could be a fraction of their income and mean absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. And yet they still shop at Walmart because they either like the stuff there, they don't see the point in spending a lot of money on groceries or whatever else it is that they buy from Walmart. And again, wherever they buy things is their own choice. So I think this is utterly bizarre that somebody can make a sweeping judgment just because they see a Cybertruck in the car park of a Walmart. Let me know what you think in the comments. I find that really bizarre that someone makes that judgment. And even if they are not in a position where they can just buy it outright in cash, as many people are, and that person may be, but even if they're not, their mindset may not be on creating wealth, may not be on the future, may not be saving money. They may not have a significant other or children or family members that they want to take care of. They might just want to take care of themselves. They might save all their money on the Walmart stuff because they want the Cybertruck. That's their choice. We live in a free society. That is their choice to make. My point is, the person taking the photograph is judging someone else when they know nothing about them. I'm assuming they know nothing about them. Being the lawyer here, maybe they do know them, etc., and it's a jab at their friend. I doubt it, but it came across as a very snarky post on X, having a go at this Cybertruck owner, but without knowing anything about them. So my point is, you cannot judge other people without knowing anything about them. And even if you do, you shouldn't be judging other people because that's nothing to do with you. Unless someone comes to you and says, how can I get ahead? How can I save money? How can I make money? How can I make the best of things? How can I do this, that, or whatever? Tell you a little story. I went to a restaurant once with some friends. We were celebrating something for them. And I met someone that I'd never seen before and asked me exactly that question. How can I get ahead? He was working like a hamster on a wheel and just not able to get ahead financially. This is obviously, he wanted to save money, build wealth, etc., which is what this channel is all about, is building wealth and making money. And so he said, how can I get ahead? So I said, well, let's go through, with your permission, I said, let's go through your weekly spend and compare it with your earnings and see where this money drain is. Where is the money going? And we went through, and sure enough, I start with coffee because it's the big silent killer of wealth that people don't realize. The biggest killer of wealth, as it happens, contrary to what I'm saying about this Cybertruck here, the biggest killer of wealth, in my view, is vehicles, because anything with wheels or a sail is going to go down in value. So I know many wealthy people with very old cars not worth very much and they see no need in having an expensive car. And yet I know others where 100,000 car is not even a fraction of their income. So they buy it. Why not? It's just the equivalent of someone else going out for a meal for them to buy a car. Anyway, I sat down with this guy. We went through, we started with coffee, we started with the cars, we started with what he's spending money on. We added all of this up. I said, get rid of the car and get something cheaper. He will lose a little bit of money on the sale of the car, but he can then get something cheaper. He can cut out the coffee. He can cut out the lunches. He did lunch 2 to 3 times a week. He can cut those out. He can pre-prepare, shop at Walmart, wherever, pre-prepare his meals, batch prepare his meals, save money that way. And we worked out that without really trying, he could save £300 to £400 a month, every month, just like that, with a few tweaks and a few changes to his lifestyle, and then dump that money either into savings, which is the simplest way to put it, to have a short-term emergency fund, which is the best thing to do to begin with, and then start to try to invest it somehow. But that's obviously lessons for another day. And so within 30 minutes or so that I had chatting to this guy over the meal, we were able to save him £300 to £400 a month. Now, whether he executed that plan or not is entirely his business. It was only my business because he asked me the question. It started out with, what do you do? And that's always been a difficult question for me to answer, because what do I do? Well, most people know me as a barrister, the Black Belt Barrister. If you're not familiar, that's my channel. It's the Black Belt Barrister channel. It's 430 now, I think, 1,000 subscribers. I'm pitching for 500,000 subscribers. I would love 1 million subscribers, but we're still growing there. But answering what do I do is often a difficult question, because I've always been in business. I've always done lots of different things. So the answer is I do lots of different things. I love the variety. I love the ingenuity of making something work. And along the way, obviously, my ultimate goal is to create, build, and retain wealth. So that's why I started this channel. And the point of this video, relating to the original post and my conversation with this chap that I mentioned, is all about mindset, a money mindset. And what is your money mindset? Are you in a saving mindset, a spending mindset, an investing mindset, or do you just live day to day and you don't give it much thought? A lot of people don't give it any thought. And if you don't give it any thought, you can't give it any plan. And if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Well, you might as well plan to fail, because you can't achieve what you haven't planned and set out to do. And so it was only my business to talk to this guy about his finances because he asked me the questions. He asked me, what do I do? A long-winded explanation of what it is that I do, which culminates in being, I don't think I was a lawyer then. This was a long time ago. I wasn't a lawyer then. I was in business for a long time, even before then, but I wasn't yet a lawyer. Obviously I am now, which proves my point. I like to do lots of different things. But he asked me all those questions, and he could tell from what I was saying that I was comfortable in my life. And he asked me how he could get ahead. And so I said, I can talk to you about it, but it will involve asking you some personal and searching questions, which is what we do as a lawyer. And so I asked him all these questions. We went through, and we went through his whole sort of lifestyle, what he spends day in and day out. And we could save him easily, without any major changes, £300 to £400 a month, which was most of the chunk of his mortgage. And so he could start then to throw that at the mortgage as overpayments to reduce down that mortgage, or at a couple of the debts that he had. And I've got a whole video talking about how to prioritize debts. You'll find that if you go to my channel, and then videos on this channel here, you'll see that on different ways of tackling debt. You can either tackle the smallest debt first and you get a psychological win, or you can go for the larger interest rates. There's different ways of doing it, but check that video out as well. So coming back to the point, focus on you. If you want to build wealth, work out what your mindset is, where you are right now. What is your mindset right now? Are you in a savings mindset, an investing mindset? Increasing your earnings, which is your best wealth building tool, is your income. What do you do? Whether that's a business or a job that you work, that is your best income. But work out what your mindset is, and relating it back to the original point of this video is this post about this Cybertruck at a Walmart is so far off the mark, it's untrue, because you cannot possibly know the mindset, the situation, the financial situation, or whatever of the person that owns this Cybertruck. So I hope that's given you something to think about. I just had to, and apologies if this video is in any way unstructured, because it isn't structured. I had to get these thoughts out because when I saw that, it was a very simple post, but I thought this could mean a lot to a lot of people because it can make a big difference to a lot of people, depending on what your mindset is. Let me know your thoughts, share your journey. If you are starting a journey to build wealth, make savings, cut things out here and there, do let me know in the comments. I would love to hear that. Just as I have hundreds of people email me about law on my Black Belt Barrister channel, too many that I can possibly respond to, thousands a day, believe me, thousands a day that come in, and I respond to some scattergun where I can here and there, where I get time. If you are on a journey because of my money channel here, I know it's early days, but let me know. I'll be really grateful to hear and read your comments, what you're doing. So with that, thank you for watching. If you stayed with me this far, well done. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.